Hello, my name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Awakening. In the last episode, we returned to Amaranthine to inform the Merchants Guild that we had taken care of their little problem. The caravan attacks will stop. Meanwhile, sneaky Ogren decided to help out the Blight Orphans some more. Now then, we are heading straight to Vigil's Keep, where I believe a cutscene is waiting for us. I think. Yep. We got a peasant revolt.
Thank the Maker you arrived. Things are getting out of hand. My son is starving. Open the granaries. Bloody feed your people.
Grave times, Commander. The common folk are getting desperate. Maybe you can say a few words, calm them down, make them see reason.
Varel, you don't coddle a revolt, you put it down. Just give me the order.
Persuade. Now more than ever we must stand together. Intimidate. I kill Darkspawn by the score. Water a few peasants. Garavelt, disperse them. Gently though. Draw your swords. These people want blood. They can have it. These are peasants. These are simple peasants. We do not want to fight them. We do not want to draw blood. Now, more than ever, we must stand together.
We will not be...
Let the commander speak.
But we must eat.
Quiet!
Persuade. I will provide for my people. Trust me. I will give you grain. You will not starve. Garavel, disperse them. Gently, though. Draw your swords. These people want blood. They can have it. We aren't about to bow down to their demands. By any means. We cannot let the common people think that, oh, we'll just have a bit of a revolt and we'll get our way. I think we just want to placate them. We want to get them back to their homes. I will provide for my people. Trust me.
You expect us to believe those empty...
The commander's soldiers protect my home. That's promises enough for me.
But...
Crisis averted, I suppose. But if you give a mob a rooster, they'll take the chicken coop next time.
I don't know how you did that. Men, stand down.
Well, Artin's a trained diplomat. What do you expect?
Is it true the dwarves are dwindling? The Darkspawn always at the gates of Orzammar, threatening to overwhelm you?
Yes, and yes. It's only a matter of time.
We elves are few in number, and every one of us is precious. But you isolate your casteless, forbid them from bearing weapons. And you saw what happened in Kal Hiral.
Yes, well, the noble caste has a stick up its collective butt. A stick called tradition.
I would like it noted that Artin does not have that stick up her rear end. And yes, the statue.
Of course. I should hate her, but I don't. I can respect a woman who fights for freedom and justice.
But she's human. Who are you talking about? She fought for her freedom, not for yours. And well, it's very obvious who she's talking about. She's looking at the statue of Andraste, and I don't think that Artin is that dense. She fought for her freedom, not for yours. She did free the elven slaves. Like, she may not have been fighting for elven freedom, but she did inadvertently create it. So I guess we've got to go with number one. I think this is... Artin's coming at this from a place of... You know, she has heard nothing but hatred and vitriol from Vallana about humans. This is the first time that Vallana has said anything remotely positive about a human. And I think Artin kind of wants to call that out a little bit. But she's human.
I can look past petty hatred when I have reason to. She freed the elven slaves. Funny, isn't it? Andraste fought a tyrannical empire, only to have her followers become one themselves.
The Chantry isn't a tyrannical empire. An interesting observation. I don't know much about the Chantry. I always thought that myself. Artin doesn't necessarily think the Chantry is a tyrannical empire. She isn't pro-Chantry, but then again, I don't think she's anti-Chantry either. The Chantry is a pretty decent trade partner of the dwarves. They give a lot of wealth to Orzammar because of the, the lyrium deal. She's very confused by the Chantry. Why are you worshipping a man and woman that don't respond to you and you can't actually see them or touch them? But again, I don't think she'd view them as tyrannical. An interesting observation.
People with power never fail to abuse it, even those with good intentions.
Yeah, as I know I had the option to say the Chantry isn't a tyrannical empire. As I said, Artin isn't pro-Chantry, she isn't anti-Chantry. She's pretty apathetic on it. And wouldn't it be the same if the Dalish had power? You're a cynic, can't you ever forgive humans? Again, it would be a little hypocritical of Artin to be like, can't you forgive the humans? And then she turns around and is like, why the fuck should I care about your problems? Be gone, peasant. I think she kind of wants to call out Vallana's hypocrisy a little bit. And wouldn't it be the same if the Dalish had power?
No! I seek justice for my people, and that is all. We would not be like... I wish to end this conversation. Let us be on our way.
Ooh, I do like that. On some level, that tells me that Vallana thinks what Artin said was true. That the Dalish would abuse power if they had it, but Guards, the peasants have left. They left and went home. What do you... Those guys need help. They need assistance, clearly.
Any luck finding the granite?
The Wending Wood has some granite.
Splendid. But I can't risk my men to darkspawn attacks. You'll have to send soldiers to secure the site.
How important is this? This is very important. We want our keep to be sturdy. We're already short on soldiers. You can't have any. Fine, you'll have your guards. Well, we had some guards, protecting the miners who were mining something below Vigil's keep, right? I imagine those would have been freed up because, we secured the basement. So I imagine there are some guards spare. Fine, you'll have your guards.
Thank you, Commander. The Vigil will not fall, I swear it.
Excellent, yes. Strong, sturdy walls. As it should be. Has anything respawned over this way? Doesn't look like it. And actually, that reminds me, Vallana. And not that. I want herbalism. You can make a Master Lyrium potion. We need 2 concentrators, 8 distillation agents. Okay. Okie doke.
Yes, Commander?
I found this ancient bark in the heart of a living tree.
Let me see. Oh, amazing. This might be heartwood.
What's heartwood? Can you make anything out of it? I'll come back later. Yeah, I don't imagine that Artin would know what heartwood is. The dwarves deal primarily with stone, not wood. What's heartwood?
I'm not exactly sure. The Dalish elves are so prickly about sharing. If I were allowed to experiment with this, I might be able to make a bow. Or a shield, yes. I can't do that right now, you understand. Here's a list of materials I need. They may be a trifle hard to come by, but you must get them.
Okie doke, we can absolutely do that. Materials for working with heartwood. Those blasted elves didn't write anything down, and the Dalish are positively unfriendly. I could use some oil to make the wood more malleable, some catgut to string the bow, or to make a handle for the shield, and a flawless ruby, always handy and certainly pretty. Oh, and I know a Grandmaster lightning rune. Now, I believe we have all of this except the catgut. Let me check. Yeah, we have oil. We have a flawless ruby in storage, and yep, there's the Grandmaster lightning rune. I imagine we'll find the catgut in, what's it called? In the marsh?
You're back. You need anything?
I found an ore deposit.
Oh, this will help a great deal. Wade, the commander found a Silverite deposit. Amaranthine abounds with mineral wealth. Master Wade has more than he needs to equip all of your men suitably.
Thank you so much for finding all this dreary metal. Haran, you must be happy.
Ecstatic. Now, no more time to waste.
Good stuff. Fantastic. And what other quests do we have? Let's see. Yep, there's that. Okay, well, we can complete this in a minute. Okay, yep. Flipping it. Look how few quests we have left. Damn, I'm getting kind of emotional. I know Awakening isn't the longest DLC.
The lads are hard at work. You'll have your explosives.
Dworkin, I have more lyrium sand for you though. Maybe it's best not to give it him. He is a little bit trigger happy.
Commander.
Are there any messages for me?
Just give me a moment.
No? Okay. Yeah, let's go and sort out Valana's joining. Then we can have a little bit of inventory management. And then after that, I'm not too sure.
Commander.
Another wishes to undertake the joining.
I'll make the preparations. From this moment forth, Velana, you are a Grey Warden.
Then let it be.
She yet draws breath, Commander. She will recover.
So I rather forgot to mention this at the time. However, when Sigrun went through her joining, Valana's voice line played. Rather than getting whatever Sigrun was supposed to say, we got Valana saying, "Then let it be." I find that a little bit weird. I know a human crime when I see it. I have experienced more than enough of them. Valana wreaked havoc in the Wending Wood, murdering humans who crossed her path to terrorize the nearby villages into releasing her sister. However, Artin discovered the Darkspawn were to blame for Valana's sister's disappearance. Hoping to rescue her sister, Valana offered to help the Worn Commander destroy the Darkspawn. Valana was upset to discover that her sister, Sarani, was working willingly with the Architect. She pledged herself to the Grey Wardens and survived the joining. Valana is fond of the colour green, as well as items that remind her of elven culture and nature. I do wonder about that cutscene with Sarani when we entered the oh god, what do you call it? The arena where we fought the two dragons. That little interaction that Sarani had with the Architect, where he kind of looked down at her, she looked up at him, smiled, and nodded. And then he set the dragons on us. I'm kind of curious as to what that could possibly mean, because, to be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure. I really don't know what that could mean, if that was they fell for it, like they're doing what we want them to, or if that was like I'm sorry, but you know you can trust me type of thing. I really don't know. I have like no idea. Now then, gifts. Gifts. Let's start with Valana, I think. We have the Elven Trinket, which I believe belonged to her sister.
Thank you. This is a lovely gift.
That was only a 5.
Where did you find this?
Yep.
This belongs to Sarani. Thank you so much.
No worries, my dear. No worries at all. Next up, let's see. It's for other people. Shiny malachite, that's green.
Oh, I am touched. Thank you.
The green stone.
Thank you. This is a lovely gift.
Elven rune stone.
Thank you. This is a lovely gift.
Now then, the elven prayers for the dead, you might think that's for Valana because, you know, it does say Elven at the front. However, it isn't. That's for a different companion. Ooh. I'm pretty sure that the discarded journal is for Valana, but I think I kind of want to chat with her first before getting into that. The spyglass is for Sigrun.
Oh, it's exactly as Varlin described, but shinier. May I keep it? I know I shouldn't. We're not supposed to have belongings in the Legion.
Just keep it. I won't tell anyone, I promise. Well, Grey Wardens are allowed to have things. Not number 2, that doesn't seem like an Artin thing. I think that Artin would tell her, you know, Grey Wardens are allowed to have possessions, because, you know, Artin has a fair few sentimental ones. Well, Grey Wardens are allowed to have things.
As you say, Commander. Thank you.
No worries, my dear. No worries at all. Where are you at? Plus 83 warm. Actually, I want to check where is everyone at. Valana is plus 58. Plus 63. Plus 70. And plus 98 love. No, buddy, no. You do friendship. Friendship and nothing else. Let's see, what else do we have? The Bronze Sextant, that is for Nathaniel.
This is nice.
No worries, my dear. And Phylacteries, a history written in blood, is Anders.
You shouldn't have.
I'm pretty sure that was Anders. Let me just check. I know it's a bit late. I've already given it to him, but I could have sworn... Yes, that is for him. I'm looking at my notes here. I've got all of the gifts on my phone. Yeah, the blank journal and discarded journal are for Valana, but I believe she has things to say before giving them to her, so I'll hold off on them. Speaking of Valana, I think I'd like to chat to her. Oh! The dragon egg! We put it as a little statue. I mean, because we did take the lightning golem, whatever the hell that thing is called.
I envy you sometimes.
Why? Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Yes, we weren't slaves. Such lucky bastards we are. 2 and 3 do not strike me as Artin things to say, so I'm just gonna go with number 1. Why?
Your children will have heard of at least a half a dozen of your paragons before the age of 3. These tales are taken for granted. They are so abundant. Oh, it makes me angry sometimes. We Dalish have lost most of our history and our legends. What we do remember, we hold dear.
We can share stories. They belong to everyone. They're just stories. They don't mean anything. Are you expecting the humans will apologize? No, I like number 1. I do think that Artin, she holds dear the stories of the Paragons. Artin is so in awe of Paragon Idukan. She loves hearing and telling the story of how he saved Orzammar and how he, despite everything he did, he never felt satisfied. He always regretted that he couldn't save the outlying Tigers. She'd be more than happy to share the stories of the Paragons with, you know, humans and elves because she is so proud of them. We can share stories. They belong to everyone.
But does a human child value the tale of the Paragon Idukan as much as he does Dane and the werewolf? Stories connect us to our past. They shape a people in profound ways. Without them, we are lost. I just wish I could do something to restore this lost part of our soul.
Make your own stories. I think you should just move on. Maybe we'll discover a lost trove of elven legends. Number 3 is far too wistful. That is not... I can't even imagine Artin saying anything like that. I do have other characters. I think Evelyn, my mage, she'd be like, maybe we could discover elven treasure troves and all of that. But Artin, no. Yeah, make new stories. I mean, paragons pop up all the time. Artin became a paragon, for heaven's sake. She is making her own story as we speak, so why can't you do the same? Make your own stories.
Now you're just being ridiculous. Let's get on with the day.
Okay, you think I'm being ridiculous, but...
It is unsettling, sleeping under this ceiling.
Oh my god, we have the person who's used to sleeping under a mountain and then the person who's used to sleeping under the sky. However, now that we got that, the blank journal.
What? This book is empty. Why have you given me this useless object?
Because you're going to fill it. It seemed like it would suit you. There's an embossed tree on the cover. You like trees. It's for writing in. Yeah, you make your own stories. That is an order from your commander. Maybe it will make you less angry. Because you are going to fill it.
Fill it with what? Recipes for roast boar and pudding?
Stories for the Dalish. I don't know, you tell me. Sounds tasty. Stories for the Dalish.
Stories? For the... Oh, that's the silliest idea I've heard. But brilliant at the same time. The Dalish will never recover what we've lost. It may be time to start creating tales anew. Perhaps one day, they will be what connects my children and their children to their past. To me. I see now that this is a gift to be treasured. And I thank you.
Yeah, the having children bit, I'm very sorry, Valana. But, that's a bit awkward. I'm sorry, that might not be possible for you right now. Ooh.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's a lovely gift.
Good stuff. Anything else?
It is unsettling, sleeping under this ceiling.
Okie doke. Sigrun.
I need to thank you for letting me join the Grey Wardens, for showing me the surface. But I hope you don't think I've abandoned the Legion.
After all that's happened, is the Legion so important? Yes! Yes, it is important. I know you haven't abandoned the Legion. Aren't our purposes the same? Yeah, Sigrun talks about the Legion all of the time. I don't think Artin was under any illusions that Sigrun was going to be a Grey Warden forever. Also, I've said this before, if these people leave the Grey Wardens to go off to do their own thing at some point in the future, Artin is A-okay with that, because that's probably what Artin is going to do. She just needs their loyalty for the time being, whilst she's kind of in control. But then once she goes off to do whatever, if these people leave, she's fine with that. I know you haven't abandoned the Legion.
In Dusttown, my word meant nothing to anyone. Then I joined the Legion and took a vow to protect Orzammar. That's worth something. For once, I'm worth something, and I must honor that, even if it means I'll die.
That won't happen for a long time. Everyone dies. That's noble of you. It is. I do think that Artin could... You know, that is noble of Sigrun. I think Artin really likes Sigrun. One, she's a fellow dwarf who is an Ogren, standing in the background over there. God damn it, Ogren. I'm sorry, my hatred got the better of me. Okay, just put it down. Put it to the side, Callista. Okay, yeah, Sigrun. I think... One, she's a fellow dwarf. Two, I think Artin can respect her decision to join the Legion. Artin really respects the Legion of the Dead. And the idea that, you know, like, my life wasn't worth anything, but I'm trying to make the best of it, and I'm trying to make these good decisions. And we know that Sigrun did awful things when she was in Dusttown, and she's trying to redeem herself by joining the Legion, and I think Artin really admires that. That's noble of you.
In the Legion, death looms over us constantly. Like a dirty uncle. Here, death seems distant when the surface is safe. I'm going back to the deep roads. For a warden's last walk. For the calling.
What? Don't be stupid. You can't. It's not your time yet. But don't you want to live? Ooh. Not number one. I think Artin's main thing is that you can do the calling eventually when it's time for you to do the calling. Like, Sigrun genuinely seems to want to make things better. So why can't she do that? Right? You know, why is she so, you know, like, no, I've got to go die right now. You can't. It's not your time yet.
You can't make that choice for me, Commander. Each warden decides when she is ready, doesn't she? I finally understand what Varlin meant. I never accepted my sentence. Raging against it only caused me pain. Now that I've been granted a reprieve, now that I have a choice, I know what I must do.
Very well, it is your right. You've lost friends. I don't want to lose mine. As your commander, I forbid it. We'll talk about it when the time comes. Artin does consider Sigrun a friend. And I don't think that Artin wants to see Sigrun die. Yeah, she likes this girl. You've lost friends. I don't want to lose mine.
I'm touched, but I've made up my mind. But the Darkspawn still threaten the surface, and that is my first concern.
Okay, Sigrun. I think Artin would do what she could to persuade her otherwise, but I don't think that Artin would, you know, try and restrain her or anything like that.
Perhaps it's time to get some rest.
Okay, Sigrun. Okay.
Need something pummeled? Just say the word. Need something pummeled? Just say the word.
Nathaniel, do you have anything to add?
I owe you an apology.
Just the one? Any specific reason in mind? No need. It's fine. Yeah, I don't think that Artin feels like Nathaniel has to apologize to her. No need. It's fine.
There is a need. It's not fine. When I returned from the Free Marches, I was certain my family was destroyed for being on the wrong side of the war. But my father did it to himself. No conspiracies, just one stupid, selfish man. I should have known better.
Yes, you should have. I'm sure your father had his good side. How could you have known? Not number one. And not number two. Here's the thing. Artin had nothing against Alhau. He never acted against us personally. It's not like, you know, like a Warden Kuzland who was like, he killed my family, all of that. Artin never had that experience with Alhau. He had a prison full of torture victims. So he was clearly an arsehole, but he never acted against us personally. So Artin, again, she isn't pro-Alhau. She isn't anti-Alhau. She's very apathetic about him. With Nathaniel, so here's the thing. A lot of the things I've picked with him, they could be interpreted as pro-Hau, but it was simply because I didn't want to pick the options that were like, Hau was a viper and a snake and a little bitch and I hated him. Like, I didn't want to pick those because Artin was never that angry. As such, I had her picking options that were like, oh, I'm sure he did what he thought was best, and, you know, all of that. I think I want to go with number 3. As I said, I was going with the pro-Hau options earlier because it was either that or complete hatred, which didn't make any sense for Artin. I think number 3 is a nice neutral option. How could you have known?
I should have dug deeper before I acted. I was an idiot, and like a child I blamed you and the Wardens. And here you've even proven to be a friend of sorts. Or am I reading that wrong too?
No, I'd like to be friends. I'm your commander, nothing more. Yeah, Artin wants to be friends with her companions. I think with regular soldiers, she needs to be the commander. She needs to kind of be a figurehead, something almost inspirational, like more than a person. She needs to be someone that everyone can look up to and all of that. But with her generals, her commanders, her companions, she does want to create genuine bonds of friendship. No, I'd like to be friends.
Good. You know, when you conscripted me, I would not have thought I'd end up liking it. Anyway, let's be on our way. I don't want to take up more of your time.
Oh, Nathaniel, you never do that.
I don't think we should dally here.
Again, this was your ancestral home, Nathaniel. What are you talking about? And Anders?
I wish I could tell the first enchanter I'm a Grey Warden now. Maker, I hated that bastard.
Oh, Irving. To be honest, I can kind of see where he was coming from. Irving was always a little bit too conniving for me. Let's see. Oh, we have 3 flawless rubies. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna take out most of this stuff, and then in the next episode, because I am out of time for this one, I'm gonna go through my inventory, just see what everyone has, if, you know, there was anything in the chest that was better, and then we will be heading to Amaranthine, I guess, to start the Black Marsh quest. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.